More than half of Puerto Rico's 3.4 million people lack access to drinking water 11 days after Hurricane Maria hit the U.S. territory, and 95% remain without power, according to the U.S. Defense Department. Some are expected to be without power for months. But on Saturday, Federal Emergency Management Administration, FEMA, officials reported that a third of the island's telecommunications network had been restored, and some 765 gas stations, well over half, had fuel, though it was not clear how much. Maria, the most powerful storm to strike Puerto Rico in nearly 90 years, has destroyed roads, making it difficult to get food, water, and fuel around the island. In the rural towns of Salinas and Fajardo, the vast majority of locals reported having no cell service on Friday and Saturday, and said they had not seen local or federal officials in the area. In Fajardo, some 400 people waited online to enter a Walmart store Saturday morning, while gas lines stretched more than a mile in some parts of town. "We haven't seen a government official or anything, no FEMA, no military, no local government," said Daniel Santiago, 51, of Fajardo, as he waited in line to get into a food store. Rosello, though, challenged the idea that the government is failing to reach rural towns, a perception he says might be fueled by a severe limitation with communication. "I personally went to Salinas with 7 National Guard trucks full of food and water," he said, conceding that you can always find somebody that hasn't received resources, and I recognize that. Government response to the disaster has become a focal point in recent days, with U.S. President Donald Trump facing harsh criticism from many Puerto Ricans and leaders, including San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz, for failing to deploy U.S. military resources more quickly. Trump fired back at Cruz in a tweet, accusing her of poor leadership and saying some Puerto Ricans want everything to be done for them when it should be a community effort. The tweet offended some Puerto Ricans, but Rosello refused to criticize the president. "My only focus right now is to make sure the people of Puerto Rico are well," Rosello said. "I'm not paying attention to social media." Pressed on the tweet, the governor said the president's words were not aimed at Puerto Rican citizens. "When I read that tweet, I didn't see it as a sign to the people of Puerto Rico, I saw it as a personal difference with the mayor of San Juan. With his island still in desperate need of financial and infrastructure aid, the governor faces a balancing act in remaining on good terms with Trump, even as many of his constituents oppose him. Trump will visit the island on Tuesday. The governor has had his hands full since the storm, saying he slept just 3 hours, combined, in 5 days after Maria hit.